Yes, Kevin, he died on Sunday, holidaying here in Gibraltar. We posted about it on our social media at the weekend, but the story again grabbed our attention today at lunchtime when the police confirmed that an investigation was underway and that they were being assisted by police officers from Scotland Yard. Detectives from the Metropolitan Police travelled here following a request by the Royal Gibraltar Police, who have issued a statement which we can look at now. The RGP said it's currently investigating the circumstances surrounding the sudden death of 32-year-old British national David Knowles. He died on Sunday the 8th of September whilst holidaying in Gibraltar. A coroner's investigation is underway. Next of kin for the deceased have been informed, and a specialist RGP family liaison officer has been appointed. Arrangements have also been made for a post-mortem examination. A policing mutual aid request for specialist support was submitted to UK Policing, although the RGP said it had no specific concerns at this time with regard to the death. Following the RGP's mutual aid request, detectives from UK Counter-Terrorism Policing have been appointed to provide support to the RGP investigation due to their existing capability and their experience of dealing with international inquiries. The RGP said it wouldn't be making any further comment at this time regarding any aspect of the investigation. So the Metropolitan Police confirmed also that its officers are involved in the investigation, but they say that primacy is with the RGP. So local officers are leading on the investigation into the sudden death of Mr. Knowles. A spokesperson for Mr. Knowles' family has said that they note the RGP statement and in particular the assertion that there are no specific concerns in regards to his death at this time. His family don't wish to say anything further while the authorities continue their investigations. You may be wondering why the UK Counter-Terrorism Policing are involved and providing support. Well, David Knowles was well known for launching and presenting the Telegraph's podcast called Ukraine the Latest, a daily podcast which was launched at the start of the Russian ground invasion in February 2022 and continues to this day. It was named recently the best news podcast at the Publisher Podcast Awards. In a moment, we'll hear how his colleagues received the news of David's sudden death. But first, we're going to listen to his last published comments on the podcast.
I'm David Knowles, and this is Ukraine, the latest. Today, we bring you the latest news from the front lines, analyse developments in Russia with former British Defence Attaché John Foreman, and we interview the director of a new documentary series, The Zelensky Story.
Folks, I've got some bad news. Our beautiful, beautiful friend David Knowles died suddenly at the weekend after a health emergency. Oh, sorry, folks.
There are no words that can possibly convey the sense of loss that we all feel here. He was the soul of this podcast. He created it, moulded it, and his empathy and journalistic integrity are at the centre of what we have always sought to do. His loss will be felt around the world. What a legacy for someone only 32 years old.
The Telegraph says that Knowles was cherished by a huge number of people across the world, and it was because he was so passionate about the Ukrainian people and their attempts to repel the Russian aggressor. Last year, he was added to the list of people banned from entering Russia, together with other UK journalists. Why was he in Gibraltar this past weekend? It seems it had nothing to do with his podcast. GBC understands that Knowles was a football fan and was here to watch Sunday's Gibraltar versus Liechtenstein match. He reportedly had tickets, but never made it to the Europa Point Stadium. We don't know where he was staying, whether it was in a hotel or at an Airbnb, but we understand that police officers have carried out an extensive search there. The investigation continues.